Oh, mama at home?
Yeah.
Then he got to get his mental together because he got to go clean up some shit.
Literally. And guess what?
What?
I got to make it laugh too, some more. And it ain't a damn solid.
Boy, you hell. Say, nigga, just so you know, for the record, I'm recording a podcast right now, and you won't.
I don't care.
And you about to be on it, nigga. I'm recording your audio right now.
I don't care. People talking about cleaning. Wait till you have to clean some grown shit. Ain't nothing like baby shit. Baby shit easy. Grown shit go everywhere.
Oh man.
I mean, all outside of the diaper. I mean, coming outside of the bed.
Nigga, you gonna be all right, nigga? Damn.
Yeah, I think I used to it now. That's what I do. When she's like, yeah. Let me step outside for a minute.
He got to smoke with his blunt to get his mind right.
I keep that scent in my nose.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there, boy.
Yeah, this shit smell like some good old-fashioned skunk.
Nigga, all right. You get off my phone. I got to call you back. Now you're going too far. We can't talk to the people about the weed, man.
So I made it first, man. I'll let you later, man.
All right, boy. Oh, listen, man.
Does he work in like healthcare?
No, he just take care of my stepmom and my brother.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
My stepmama smoking them cigarettes, man. Mm-hmm. Messed up. She can't even take 2 steps without like she about to die. She done been in the hospital like 8 times this year alone.
Oh my God.
Then I got a brother who can't hear and can't talk. And when we was growing up, he used to beat everybody up in the projects. He beat everybody up. And so he just they use him as a guinea pig, bro. They practice on him. They gave him all types of medals from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And
wow.
Yeah. So, but they got money from it though. They sued they had some malpractice suits and so forth.
Dang.
Yeah, but you know,
that's my real. Cool and fun.
That's my. You said what?
He sound cool. I hope that y'all are ready for this conversation. It's going to be like a continuous conversation between myself, Lane, my brother King, and we have Money Montez, our producer.
He's not just a producer; he's my friend.
Would you like 10 points for that?
What up?
Yes. What's up, Money? What's up, Money?
He's my friend too. What's up, Money Montez?
How you guys doing, man?
Man, grateful to be alive.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right.
I hear that's a good thing to be grateful for. Yeah. I don't see you being grateful if you wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Ba-doom, boom. Face. You was quick-witted on that.
Y'all, this gonna be just so y'all know, it's gonna be a lot of laughing happening on this pod. I'm tell you right now. So if you don't want to laugh, don't tune into this pod. Yes, we're gonna have some fun. What's up with you, Montez? Though, where we at?
Man, well, I think this being our first episode out, I would like for the people to get to know you guys better. So is it okay if I ask you guys just a couple questions? I know there's some people that are listening that absolutely know who you are, what you've done, that kind of thing. But I think there's some that don't. And so if we can just kind of talk about that, is that all right?
That's all right.
That's all right. All right. So yeah, we'll start ladies first. We'll do that. Lane, just kind of give us a little bit of a background of who you are. Maybe where you grew up, your musical background, some of the things that you've done in the industry. What is that about?
Wow. Okay. So I grew up in the DFW, Texas, United States part of the world.
Jesus.
I mean, because obviously, people are going to be tuning in from all over the world.
Well,
so
you're right.
I'm just saying, I'm helping y'all to pin it down a little bit. Now, don't be looking for my house, but so I grew up DFW Metroplex in Texas, and I grew up in a musical family. My father is a jazz solo bass artist, if you want to categorize him. My whole family actually is in music, really on my dad's side. So kind of grew up in music. I love production, so I like being behind the scenes, and I love mixing audio live. Um, so I started doing that like when I was 17. I hadn't done it in a while, but it's something I'm passionate about. I love to sing. I love to write. I love to support other artists. I've done some work in that field. What else? What else can I tell you? I've done a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, no,
I just love to help people.
Yeah, I know you've got a list of people who have influenced you musically. Who are some of those influences that you've had musically?
I would say my dad first, only
Mhm.
because, it was kind of my introduction to music came through my dad, right?
Mm.
So I would say that. And you know what? Real talk. Now, don't y'all laugh because I know y'all about to high side on me. So growing up, I thought I was one of the Clark sisters, like the long lost member. Yes. So the Clark
The
sisters.
yellow dress comes back.
Y'all gonna learn about that yellow dress. But yeah, the Clark sisters were like greatest influence for me because they taught me how to sing in parts. Like they didn't teach me themselves, but listening to their music taught me how to hear harmonies. And if y'all know who the Clark sisters are, they have some really unique harmonies when they sing. So yeah, I would say my dad, I would say the Clark sisters. There's a ton of others because I love to listen to a bunch of genres of music. Grateful that I grew up in a household where my dad made sure I had the latest whatever came out, off the end cap in the CD stores every week. I had cassettes too. Okay. So yeah, I've listened to everything, and I appreciate anybody that's willing to offer up their art through music or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, it's just talking
Yeah.
more talking about it.
Yeah.
King, I know you have you've got a lot that people can listen to. But you too have a lot of influences that you've listened to. So let's start with you at the beginning again. Like, where are you from? What really got you started into the music side of your life?
What's up, y'all? Again, I'm King. I grew up. Well, partially, let's say I grew up in Dallas, man, because I'm originally from West Dallas, Texas. You understand me? And then, I moved to Oak Cliff, West Stiff. That's where I moved at. Um, how did I get into music? Is that the first?
Or just what were your musical influences growing up?
To be quite honest with you, didn't really have any like that. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do this music and that's gonna be. Nah, I didn't really have it. It was just like, all right, music was dope. But I can say this though. I think one of my influences growing up in Dallas, we had a DJ named Dr. Rock. And Dr. Rock used to come to the projects and throw big block parties. And so, yeah, I wanted to be a DJ. And that's what I really wanted to be. But, my mama, she was saved, and that's a different story. But musical influence growing up, man. Again, growing up, didn't really have any particular like that. I wasn't like, oh, I want this. Music that I liked was Michael Jackson. Music that I liked was Run DMC, Houdini, things of that sort. But it's pretty much it there, brother.
Yeah. Wow. So Lane, for you, like when now bringing it up to where we are today, like what music have you put out? How can people find some of your music or some of the work that you've done? Just talk to us about some of those projects.
So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I think it was, huh?
He said it's getting serious up in here.
It's getting serious up in here, guys. I think it was 2020. I released my first single. We were kind of quarantined at the time.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, you know what? We in the house. We can't do nothing. Let's invest in our studio. Let's invest in us. And we did, and we're still building and growing. But I released my first single then, and then I released some more music after that, and then I did an EP. Then I did a collaborative piece of work with another producer named Manny Cruz, and now I'm working on a larger body of work. But the easiest way to find it without having to list out social handles is just go to my website, and it's laneshia.com, LANESHIA.com. And you can
Nice.
find my music there.
You can
Shout
find
out
her
to Manny
music.
Cruz really
Damn.
quick. Right.
Appreciate
That album that you did with Manny Cruz is pretty
Yeah.
amazing. I've got some favorite songs on that
Thank
album
you.
because I've been listening to it.
Thank you.
But yes,
That was
it's
a
a
fun
great,
one.
great album.
Pretty dope. I
King.
can't lie. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I see what you
King.
try to do
Pretty.
there.
Inside joke, guys. Yeah, that's
No,
yeah.
it's
We
pretty
tried
dope.
to
I
do
can't lie.
something,
It's
and we
pretty
did
dope. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So King, what about you? Like, what's some of the work that you've done?
Work that I've done, man.
Yeah.
Icebox Bar Marion, Anonymous by Bob Valentino, Slow Dance by Carrie Hilson. It's a lot. Get Me Bodied by Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Blue Gangster. You know,
I
had a little fun. You know, so
Yeah.
I see what you were trying to do there.
You see what I was trying to do there? You know what I'm saying?
You was trying to do.
I'm for real. I'm excited because I've been
Inside
blessed.
joke.
I've been blessed because it wasn't a dream of mine. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't one of those guys that produce. I'm dreaming to be a producer. Oh my God, it's gonna work. Nah, that wasn't it. It just God was like, let me help this idiot. Let me save his life. God was like, let me save his life.
Call you an idiot.
Let me save his life. Let me get him off of this. So you know, I'm grateful, man. I've worked with the likes of Madonna, the likes of Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, I've had some fun, man. So
Yeah.
you know,
I know you kind of started in the at least that I remember or that I know, you started in the gospel side of things. And then you went mainstream with it, and then you kind of been doing both. Is that a accurate statement?
that is an accurate statement. I was playing drums, man. I was trying to leave that other world alone, and because by this time my son is here, and I want to show a better example. I thought, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go over here and do this. So yeah, and when it happened, when I went mainstream, and then you start seeing Money Montez know what that mainstream like.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell y'all a story one day about how I introduced him to Justin Timberlake.
Oh God!
Then I'm gonna tell y'all a story about how one night he got so drunk. Day. It was fun. Oh yes, we're gonna tell the stories. This is gonna be Talking Tunes podcast. We're gonna tell all the stories. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not gonna tell all of them.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, did you clear that with our producer before you?
I ain't gonna do him like that.
I know you.
I ain't gonna do him like that.
But you can't tell that. You can definitely tell that Justin Timberlake. But they so that was hilarious.
They so funny. The stories be so funny. You know what I mean?
I remember that day actually. So I'm gonna tell it. That day that he called me, because he was calling me at that point. He was like, "Come to the studio." So it was at that point we were working on another artist, and so I thought we were going to be working with that same artist, right? And he's like, "Come to the studio." So I was like, "Okay, I'll be there. Give me like 30 minutes, and I'll be right there." So I get there, and normally the other artist that we're working with, she had her own. She had a girl team that was always there. So I didn't see any girls there or any ladies there. This time it was just a bunch of dudes in the room, and they were all huddled in this one section of the studio.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, obviously maybe they're just talking out a song or whatever. And I start working my way through the studio, and it's almost like if the crowd starts opening up, and
there he go.
In the middle is him, King, and Justin Timberlake. And I was like,
what a time to be alive, right?
Because I was not expecting that, man. That was still is one of the most incredible moments I've had in my music.
Oh man,
that I still talk about was that moment right there.
I'm glad I could be a part of that, brother.
Man. That's
dope, man.
There's very few people that I can go back to in my life that without them, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did in music. And, in the span of 2 decades, King's definitely one of them for sure. Yeah. Stop doing that, man.
See, I don't know. I want to get real serious right now, but I can't.
It's getting real serious up here.
Because my brother is over there clowning.
Yeah.
That's that. I love that.
No, it's true. It's true. So you can't tell. I mean, for me, you can't tell me anything about King because, you
already know
somewhere
it.
With, because like I saw him be successful. I saw him how, most people when they make it to that level, they're not really gonna look back home and bring people in, and he did that with me.
Talk,
so for me,
Actually,
he
with
did
a few
that.
people. I'm not gonna say no names.
He did that. Yeah, and I can't talk for everybody else, but for me, I know he did that for me, and he brought me into spaces that I would have never been in if it wasn't for him. Like honestly, so
I love where this is going.
Yeah, for me, thank you, King, for that because I'll never forget that.
You know what, brother? And this is a real serious moment, right quick. I remember the day I was like, man, John is out here. Maybe because I just wanted, I wanted that home feel. And it's like, he never did me no type of way. He's always been solid with me. So why not be solid with him? You know what I'm saying? There were people who was trying to get in. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you got to know who you're around. You know your surroundings. You know how people act and how people will act and how they will react. So it was. I'm glad to hear that, brother. I can't front. That does my heart some good, brother. Salute to you, man, for real.
Man. Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, so who are you guys? That's who you are, and I think you're both just incredible friends, incredible people. So why this podcast? Why should people listen to this podcast?
Since we're gonna go there, can I tell them why we're here?
Yeah.
How we ended up here, I should say. I was minding my business and I went on Instagram live. And I was challenged to do it by my hairstylist. And I told her I would absolutely not go on Instagram to just sit there and be on Instagram live. And so she was like, just do it. And so I felt this pull. Like the more I denied like doing it, the more I said no, I felt a pull to do it. And I like to challenge myself. So I was like, no, I ain't doing it. And then I clicked the thing and I was like, well, here I am. And then King joins, and I was like, "Uh-oh, this is about to be fun." And then
live too.
We got live. I want to say, King, was that conversation 2 hours or 3 hours of that night?
That first night was almost 3 hours. It was 2.5, something like that.
So I was challenged to go on live for 15 minutes by my stylist. That turned into almost 3 hours, which turned into at Talking Tunes podcast. So here we are.
Every time she do that, I'm going to do that. Every time she do that, I'm going to do that. Watch.
At Talking Tunes podcast.
So y'all get ready.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about all the things. And one of King's friends, actually, that came on there, shout out to Miggy.
Miggy
he was like, yeah, Miggy Music. He's like, wait, after we said how long we've known each other, he goes, you mean y'all have been sitting on over 20 years of content and we're just now getting this? And man, to hear it like that, I was like, oh man, I felt convicted. Like, all right, you got to do something about that. And so here we are at Talking Tunes podcast. So we're going to be talking about all the things. And obviously we got a lot of history. We got chemistry, especially between the three of us. We have unique journeys and stories. And buckle up because we're going to go to some pretty wild places. But it's going to be buckle up. Like I'm talking about the old school seatbelt that just was for 14 people in the front seat. Just buckle up. That's it.
Like
ain't no scooting your seat back. Because if I scoot back, we all scooting back. That buckle, that's the one I'm talking about.
Y'all have been warned. Buckle up.
Right.
Buckle up.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you guys are going to be talking about on this podcast? What should we expect?
Well, number one, I want to talk about, for me, it would be just things that I want to try to give out tools, things that I've learned doing it the right way, things that I've learned by making mistakes, I want to help people, especially creative people, because we hit this. Sometimes we hit roller coasters, and when we hit that valley, it gets real dark for us. So I want to give people encouragement. I also want to show people some, talk about some cool things. We're going to bring knowledge on. We're going to have people come on and talk about publishing. We're going to have people come on and talk about music management. We're going to have people come in. We're going to have some Grammy Award winning record producers come on this thing. We're going to have some Grammy Award winning writers come on this thing. We're going to have ourselves a blast. I just want it to be a space where creatives and others alike, people who just like the creative space, come, laugh, love, learn, have fun, man. So, it's going to be a cool situation. We're going to do at some points, we're going to do some live recording sessions, you know what I'm saying? And post them on the pod, so we can have ourselves a good time, man. So that's my whole thing is for when we're done, when it's all said and done, people are happy. Yeah. People are in good spirits. Yeah. People are more knowledgeable than they were before they logged on. So that's my whole thing of it.
Yeah.
We're adding value to people through these topics, mental health and all the things that King mentioned. People, you should be able to take something away from this conversation. Now, granted, if we are not for you, we are not offended. But we're going to be offering up so many things that you'll be able to find something that you will think, hey, man, that really added value. You go back and reflect on the conversation. I don't know. We got a lot of great things coming. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
At Talking Tunes Podcast.
Every time.
I love that.
I got to stop doing that.
Watch, I'm going to do it every time.
That's funny.
I don't think you should stop doing it.
Yes, you shouldn't.
Yeah, we need people to know exactly the name of this podcast, where to find it. Speaking of where to find it,
podcast.
where can you find this? Where will you be able to find this podcast?
Lane?
On the YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. On the YouTube. So you can find us on YouTube. You can follow our page. Actually, I want to encourage you to do that. Follow our page at Talking Tunes Podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
And then also go and follow, subscribe, like all the things on the YouTube because it's important. There's just going to be a lot of great surprises that people... there's just going to be a lot of great surprises. Surprise. But yeah, so follow us on Instagram and comment too. Don't be scared to comment to us and subscribe to our page on YouTube.
Listen, because I'll be here for the
Talking Tunes Podcast.
Because I'll be here for the comments. I'll be here for the comments.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you guys want to like ask questions or anything like that for any of the upcoming episodes, I know it's you won't really know who we're going to have or if we're going to have guests or whatever, but just ask whatever question and we'll definitely do our best to try to get those answered for you guys. I would say, before we close out this episode, it's really just to introduce, for you guys to introduce yourselves to the community, but what would be something, what would be a piece of knowledge, wisdom, advice, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, to those up and comers out there, the people wanting to get into the industry, wanting to do what you're doing, Lane, wanting to do what you're doing, King. What would you guys say to those? Lane first.
Ooh, as you were talking, because there's a lot we can say, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot that we will say in the coming episodes. But as you were talking, I just thought about mental health. As artists, we can be sensitive. King talked about that roller coaster and hitting that valley. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind. Take care of yourself because when you're out in this industry, you're in this world, it will take you places. And if you are not mentally prepared for it, you ain't gonna make it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're just not. So take care of you first. And then, do your thing. Be who you are, create, share, and do all the things. That's what I would say.
Man, she took that question a totally different way. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm going to need you to ask me that question one more time.
So just like it's not really a question, I guess. It's more piece of advice that you would have for the young kings out there wanting to, get into the industry, maybe wanting to become a producer, just anything you want to share.
What I would say is be confident, but be humble. Mm-hmm. Be consistent. Be an animal, because you in the jungle now. This is different. This is not just this ain't no walk in the park. This ain't no easy win. So I would say stay strong. Like she said, keep your mind together and keep people around you who love you. Like seriously love you, not play love you, not just talking. Oh man, yeah, no, keep people who gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. Everybody that I fool with, Lane, Money Montez, I got other homies. They know to keep it a buck with me. Tell me if it's good, bad, bro. I don't like that record. I got a partner named Gil. Shout out to Gil. Yeah, Gil. If I'm working on a record and I keep just adding stuff, Gil will walk over to me like, bro, let him up, bro. That's enough. Meaning using this whole street fighting thing. Like you just beating him up now. You already did it. It's good. Let him up.
Yeah.
So I like people like that around me. So I would say keep some honest people around you. People who really care about you. People who really give about you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a couple of things. I can say more, but I'd rather not. We can save it for some. But stay consistent, stay humble, but stay confident. Don't let nobody steal your shine. If you think it's dope, let me say this. I'm going to say this much. If you think it's good, stand on it. I would say do it. Take a test run. See if people like it. But be okay with what you done. Like, okay, this is good. But no, and don't try to just brush past it, or don't try to just be mediocre. Make sure it's great. Don't just be good. Be great. And that's about pretty much what I can say right now.
Wow.
Hope that did it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good, man. That's good advice, you guys. Well, how y'all feeling about our first episode? This is going down.
We are.
We here,
It's
man.
happening. Like this is about to happen.
It is happening, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. Yeah,
we are here.
I'm excited because there's a lot to be talked about, and there's just going to be a lot of stories, a lot of real life stories that you guys will be able to share, that we'll be able to share, and just be able to talk about the different things. And I'm looking forward to it because I feel like there's a community out there of people that this information is going to be like just a bunch of gold nuggets for them.
Yeah.
And even for us too, I think it's just going to be us being able to talk about, the different things that we've been through is going to be insightful for us as well. So I'm excited about that. And I think we got some good stuff coming up. So Lane,
got a lot of good stuff coming up, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
Man. So subscribe to the good stuff on YouTube at Talking Tunes Podcast. Follow our Instagram page at Talking Tunes Podcast. And I'm Lane, and this is my brother King. Money Montez over there running the ship for us.
Oh, hold on. And we got Max in the back. Max is my dog.
Oh, so we have Max the mascot, who is King's dog, who snores like a grown man.
Like a grown man. So you might hear him during certain pods.
All right.
It's great.
It's a great thing.
It is. Man. This is our family, guys. At Talking Tunes Podcast.
I'm going to do it every time.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
So, that's where we at, man. I'm excited about this thing. I'm excited that the pod is taking off. It's definitely stepping out of my comfort zone. That's for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah, for me too.
But we here.
We're here though,
and it's going down.
Yeah,
be consistent with it. Stay strong with it. Stand on it. Stay firm with it.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring y'all some great content. We're gonna bring y'all some cool people to talk to. Trust me on this. This list of people is amazing. Seriously.
Yes.
So yeah,
are you gonna benedict us?
There's a thing we're gonna do. It's called benedict. It's the benediction, basically.
Yes.
And I'm here to. Is the reason why I like this one because I heard it in church, and sometimes people play with it, but if you listen to it, it's like it's serious, and it goes something like this: "Now may the Lord watch between me and thee, while we're absent one from another. May He keep you in perfect peace." Is our prayer. All right, y'all take it easy. I'm King. That's Lane. That's Money Montez, and we got Max in the back, and we out of here. Salute. 100.